What is life like under Sharia law? Watch.
How would our lives be under the Khilafah? Islam will be made supreme in the land. Islam will be the ruling system in the land. Under the Khilafah, we will be unified. One state, no 57 states, but one state. Our political unity would mean that there would be no borders. We wouldn't need passports. The military would be in the hands of the Muslims. We wouldn't be labeled as terrorists, fundamentalists, as ragheads, crazy people, because we would have a state that carries our ideology.
They have a state that carries that ideology. It's called Iran. The fact that they wouldn't be called terrorist anymore because they'd have a state supporting their ideology. Not exactly reassuring. They are, by definition, terrorist states. Islamic rule does not peacefully coexist with other religions or institutions. It replaces or kills them. Eventually, it replaces or kills all of them. Because they believe, quote, the Quran is a message for all mankind and the solution to all of men's problems. It's not a problem that one Muslim might believe that or a million Muslims might believe that. The problem comes in enforcing that. At the end of this conference, they handed out the key points of their constitution. You want to know what it would be like? Are they really, truly peaceful? Is this something that we can coexist with? Article 7 describes that the state will be charged with implementing divine law. Therefore, quoting, all those guilty of apostasy from Islam are to be executed, end quote. Remember, this is the Iranian pastor who is facing possible execution just because he's converted to Christianity in an Islamic state. Article 56 declares that military training is mandatory for readiness for jihad. But I thought all of the world problems would go away. Why would there be a need for jihad? Here's why. Because they will kill you if you disagree with them. There's a story on The Blaze today of women that were lashed for defying a driving ban in Saudi Arabia. Sound familiar? Rampant sexism is guaranteed. Under their constitution, strict gender segregation. Women are not allowed to hold positions in government. Article 157 also states Israel is excluded from foreign trade. Does that sound familiar? Does that lead to the things like the Muslim man who spoke out in favor of Israel, in favor of just recognizing the Holocaust, and had the Star of David carved into his back in St. Louis, Missouri? At the 2009 conference, the leaders confirmed that the Constitution of the United States would in fact be replaced. Their Constitution would replace the American Constitution. In their own words.
Get rid of the Constitution for Sharia, yes or no?
Over the Muslim world? Yes, it would be gone.
And so if the United States was a Muslim world, the Constitution would be gone.
If the United States was in the Muslim world, the Muslims who are here would be calling and happy to see the Sharia applied. Yes, we would.
The Constitution gone, that's all.
Yes, as Muslims, they would be long gone.
Remember, the conference happened in Chicago, but it has happened globally. It happened at the Sydney, Australia Khalifa Conference as well. This was held this summer on July 3rd, all over the planet. At this conference, there was more finger-pointing at America and bold predictions of the coming caliphate. This is Australia this summer.
Victory to Islam, such that Islam takes the rightful position of leadership of humanity and guides humanity out of darkness and into light, into the light of Islam. But today we have America, the West, entire superpower states standing in the way of establishing the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they have mobilized all their resources and they have unleashed all their forces to curb the rise of Islam. And therefore the Muslims today also need a state, an Islamic state, the Khilafah, so that we can mobilize all our resources and all of our forces. So the establishment of the Khilafah is not a pipe dream. It is a reality, it is possible, and it's not only possible, it is imminent. It is a reality that is about to come true soon, inshallah ta'ala.
The one remaining question so far left unanswered is this: does it have popular support among Muslims? Yeah. This is an impressive group with strong global presence. I don't know. We'll have to go back to Eric and another one of our guests in a few minutes and ask them, how about here in America? But in the Middle East, there are a few billion Muslims. Are there enough to move this forward? It's a good question, and we should take a look at the actual facts here. This thing, say the most expensive thing that never works. Can we get this to work here? There it is. There it is. If you look at these facts, the percentage that say it's the U.S. goal to weaken Islam, 87% in Egypt say yes, 74% in Pakistan. The percent that says the U.S. has a goal to expand Israel's border, 90% in Palestinian territories, 86% in Egypt, 84% in Jordan. The percentage with an unfavorable view of the U.S. government, 89% in Egypt, 85% in Iran, 64% in Indonesia. The percentage that says the U.S. tries to humble the Islamic world, 64% in Iran, 56% in Egypt, 52% in Pakistan. The percent that wants to keep Western values out of the Islamic world, 88% in Egypt, 76% in Indonesia, 60% in Pakistan, and one more. 73% in Egypt think Sharia law should play a much bigger role in the way the country is governed. This is extremely important. The hatred, not the let's coexist and hey, we'd like you to move on. This is not a Gandhi movement. The hatred. And we saw it when Christine Anandpour was interviewing the Egyptian protesters. And the guy said back to her, if you remember, I hate you. I hate America. Watch.
You want us to go?
Yes, I want you to go from here.
Why?
Because we hate you. We hate American.
You hate us?
Yes, I hate you, and I hate you.
Why do you hate us?
You are not good person. Go to any place more, please. Go to any place more. You are not with us.
Okay. You are not with us. Okay.
Okay, remember this happened to Anderson Cooper as well. It happened to the staff at Fox. They were in danger. This isn't some loon off the street. They really do actually hate us. And don't be mistaken, they don't hate us for our wealth. They don't hate us for our lifestyle. These are religious extremists, far beyond what we have ever known in our lifetime. To survive, we cannot think like Westerners. We have to think like those in the Middle East. We cannot listen to people telling us to ignore it. These are the same ones that are excusing the extremism. Oh, well, they don't mean that. Oh, they're just like us. Why do you hate them so much? I don't. I can coexist with anyone that doesn't wish to kill me. Yet, the people who tell us that they're exactly like us also at the same time complain that we are trying to impose our values on them. If they're the same as us, then we wouldn't have to impose our values. We would all look at people the same way. The left tries, as it always does, to have it both ways. Enough is enough. We have the Westboro Baptist Church in America. I agree, the Westboro Baptist Church is a church of hate. Clearly a church of hate. But this church has 73 members total, and many of them, I think, are all one family. Now, there is a strong mobilization in America against their vile hatred, and rightfully so. Have you noticed how many times you've seen the Westboro Baptist Church on television? May I ask how many times and how much pushback have you seen on the Khalifa Conference? How many times have you seen them on television? How many times have you heard these people's words on television? A conference that happens in over 40 countries around the globe? Hatred is brewing. And the radicals, the Islamists, the communists, and the socialists are in on it together.
GBTV. The truth lives here.